Ooh, we gotta pick words now. If y'all see a word that you want me to pick, shout it out in the chat, and if I see it, I'll see if I can get to it. Kind of like the word murderize, for sure. What you did sounds so uh, tantalizing. Petty thievery, liabilities, gifted. Gotta move these around so I can read them. My own boss, sins, pedantry, sparky thing, maybe. Uh, wounded. Camouflage. Connections. I'm going to guess that that one's going to be magic. Supplier. Confirm. All right, let's see what we got. Ashley. Ned. What you did, Maddie. Guests. Death. Death. Melbourne. Should get a good few stories ready to go. Oh. Something down under. Oh, it's an aquarium. Oh, we're in Ashley's workshop. A letter from Sophie Cordova. Okay, that's how we get out of here. I'm definitely reading Ashley's inventions. That is for fucking sure. Ooh. Tanqueray 10. Oh, I can't read it. I would like to read more about Samantha, because she's a cutie. Okay, Ashley's Inventions 2. Oh, I can't. Ugh. That's disappointing. What about the fate of Icarus? Something down under? Oh, I might not have enough to like do any of the stories in this room. All right. A letter from Sophie Cordova. My dear Maddie, thank you for getting in touch with me. Or perhaps I should say congratulations. I make such a point of making myself hard to find that it's always a surprise to hear from anyone. I sometimes find myself fearing the day when I'll be contacted by someone who isn't a fan of mine and who is more interested in locking me away than seeking my advice. One might think that people interested in putting me away would be more capable and in possession of more resources than those like yourself who simply possess curiosity. And yet it's always the latter who manage to break through the veil I've erected between myself and the outside world. You're the first in over 3 years to manage this, and so it is now time for me to find another hiding place. Gotta wet my whistle. If your next letter manages to find me, I truly have something to worry about. If you're looking for a solution to the problem you outlined in your letter, I'm afraid I must disappoint you. My business is that of teaching people how to ask the right questions so that they can find the answers themselves, not giving the answers. After all, the most worthwhile answers are the ones I haven't found yet. That being said, your question about transference is an issue of special interest to me. The idea of storing vitality within a living, non sentient creature such as a plant is one that I've long considered. The issue has always been one of retrieval. If you did find a way to transfer vitality from a plant into a sentient creature, it would result in a tremendous discharge of energy. Such a great discharge that I'm sure it would kill whatever subject was on the receiving end. Absorbing life force from something doesn't seem that it would do you much good if it kills you in the process. Consequently, I've never experimented with this process myself. Even if I have earned a reputation for being a rule breaker, there are certain things that are simply off limits. Your idea of using a non-living soul as the target for transference is an interesting one. Excuse me. No risk of killing the vitality recipient if it's already dead. Of course, that would require finding a way to infuse a non-living soul with vitality in the first place. And being that most reanimation techniques involve a significant discharge of energy, using the vitality transfer as the trigger would effectively be killing two birds with one stone. Of course, reanimation is a far cry from necromancy, but if your only problem is one of living on borrowed time, well, you know better than I do how to resolve the particulars. I'm an alchemist, not a necromancer. If I can offer you one piece of advice, these kinds of vitality transfers are not something to be experimented with. Anytime that time is borrowed or lent, you're making an alteration to a ledger that the powers that be keep a very careful eye on. Even the smallest disturbance is enough to attract their notice, and attracting their notice will put a quick end to any research you might be in the midst of. So if you're going to try a vitality transference, don't experiment. Go straight for the end goal. If you're going to catch the attention of those whose attention you do not want, make sure that the endeavor is worthwhile. If you have a good reputation, it would be a shame to squander it on something so trivial as allowing a mouse a few extra seconds on this side of mortality. As they say, go big or go home. I appreciate your taking the time to write me. You've given me new things to pontificate on, and perhaps one day you may see the results of that pontification in one of my future volumes. Of course, it should go without saying that you won't be able to reach me again, at least not the same way you did before. I've been found, and that means I need to do a better job of covering my tracks. While I rationally hope that I'll never find myself in a position where a fan's letter finds me, there's always a part of me that hopes that one of my readers will manage to track me down. Who knows, perhaps the next letter I receive at my next residence will come from you. But I'm sure that you have better things to do with your time than try to track me down. There's a time to adopt the posture of a student and focus on learning, but it's obvious to me that you're someone who has spent plenty of time learning things and is now ready to do things. So do things, Maddie. Do big things, do dangerous things, do things that break rules. Not all rules need to be broken, but if you're smart enough to find me, you're smart enough to know which rules are worth breaking. I'm grateful that it's always the reader mail that seems to find me, and never the demands to appear before some kind of tribunal or committee. I used to think that this was a long string of extremely good luck on my part, but over time I've come to realize that those who wish me gone lack the insight of the people who earnestly read my work, readers such as yourself, who are the only ones who truly know me well enough to understand how I think and where I would hide. Bravo, Maddie. You've demonstrated your ability to think like me. Now you must learn to think like yourself. Yours truly, Sophie Cordova. Curious. Oh. So... this would be such a nice place to, like, set up your laptop and just kind of, like, work for the day. Look at that pretty blue sky. It's a little bright up there, though. I would need one of those, like, window screens that you can pull down over a window. You can still see outside, but the glare won't get you. That's the ladder. Can I go up there? No, probably not, right? What's over here? Advisory roll. I do not have parchment. Oops, return. Do I have everything I need for billiards? However, I just want to see... Alright, I've already read Keep the Balance. Do I have what I need for Fisherman? I have everything I need for Fisherman 1. I think I'm gonna go for Fisherman 1. Okay, hang on. Okay, so there's the glass. Oh, damn, there's no knife up there. I was hoping that there would be a knife and a halogen lamp up there. Oh, thinking about alchemy the wrong way. Don't have what I need for that. Ooh. Can I do this one? Can I do this one? Ah, fuck. How about this one? No. Okay. So we're definitely going to do Fisherman right now. Okay. Maddie was about to leave the counter when an old-looking man pushed the door open. He was a bit hunched over, and he walked with a bit of a limp, and even at this distance she could see the leathery texture of his skin, a testament to many years well lived. Maddie had been about... Oh, no, go back. Maddie had been about to leave the counter to Che, but there was something in the way the man walked that made her want to stay long enough to see if he had any special requests. She wasn't sure if she would like the man, and in fact she was fairly sure that there was a good chance that she wouldn't have much to say, or that she wouldn't have much to say to the man, or much that she would be interested in hearing from him. But it was obvious that the man had paid his dues, and she felt that she owed him at least a few moments of her time. Even if he hadn't done anything in life worth of admiration, he had at least done enough to earn her respect. It was only when the man sat down that Maddie saw that his skin was cracked, but not wrinkled. His body had been aged, but it had been aged by the elements and the sun more than it had been aged by the passage of time. The slight limp in his step could have easily been the limp of a young man who had spent one day too many lifting loads that were 1 kilo too heavy for him. He took the seat directly in front of her. "You serve food here?" Apparently the man was more interested in finding out what was on offer than figuring out where he was. Maddie kept herself from visibly smirking. There was something she liked about guests like that, and people whose only question was what was on tap. Maddie glanced at Che. He gave a nod of assent. Yes, Che was willing to play the role of grill master today. "We do serve food," she said. The man squinted up at the menu above him. "My eyes don't work too well in this light," he said. "Got a paper menu?" Maddie reached under the counter and pulled out a menu that looked just as aged as the man sitting in front of her. Its scars were from coffee stains, not cuts, but as the watched old man... Hang on. Its scars were from coffee stains, not cuts, but as she watched the man hold the menu, there was something about the combination of the two of them that felt right to her. The man stared at the menu for a... God damn it. The man stared at the menu for a good deal longer than it must have taken him to read everything on it. He finally spoke after a long, considered pause. "Do you suppose it would be a problem if I were to order something if I didn't intend to actually eat it?" It's not the kind of thing that would offend me, said Maddie. Actually, it was exactly the kind of thing that would offend her. Yet there was something in the way that the man asked that made her feel like whatever reason he might have for not eating food he was served, it would be a good one, and she was half interested to find out what the man's reaction would be. I'll have the grilled halibut, he said. Ah, halibut, said Maddie. She understood. Many people enjoyed the concept of grilled fish more than they liked it in practice, and if this man knew himself well enough to be upfront and honest about that, she could respect that. I can't promise that it's never been frozen. I hope that's not a problem, she said. She was sure that it wouldn't be. Sounds like my kind of fish, said the man. The best halibut swim in cold water. Ain't a problem if that water happens to be in solid form after the halibut passes. She nodded to Che, who nodded back and headed back to the freezer. The man placed both of his hands on the counter and folded them. There was something serene in the way that the man sat there, with no inclination to glance around and inspect the cafe he was in, no nervous movement in his legs, no strained expression on his face to express that he was waiting for something to happen. He looked so calm that Maddie almost didn't want to disturb him, but she chafed at the idea that only squeaky wheels were deserving of griefs. Some wheels were just too polite to ask. Do you want a drink while you're waiting on that? I don't think I need a drink, said the man. All right, said Maddie, picking up a whiskey bottle and placing it in his field of view, a reminder of what he was free to ask for. The man squinted. Is that Jack Daniels? Indeed it is, said Maddie. The man's shoulders rose in what looked like barely a chuckle. Got a fondness for that particular drink? It's just that we share the same name, said the man. I'm Jack Daniel. No relation to the distiller. I had several friends who took it upon themselves to check. As you might imagine, I've seen a lot of those bottles over the years. It's the kind of gift that people enjoy giving you when you have a name like that. Is it a gift that you enjoyed receiving? It's always a pleasure to receive a gift, said Jack. It's nice to know that you have friends who care about you and think about you. Is that a gift you enjoyed consuming? I had a shelf in my flat where I collected them, waiting for other people to come so I'd have an excuse to open them. Ah, said Maddie, picking up the bottle and placing it below the counter. Sorry if I brought up a bad memory. He laughed. Where's the bad memory? They're good to receive from friends and good to share with friends. It's a reminder of the people who I was close to and the things I did with them. No need to apologize for that. Maddie smiled. She was beginning to find that she liked Jack, and it seemed that Jack was the kind of person who liked her. If for no other reason than that he liked people, and Maddie was people. She chuckled with him, and she enjoyed the chuckle so much that she almost missed Jack's momentary sideways glance, an unguarded moment when his mind seemed to be on something other than what he was talking about. It was only an instant, but it was a flicker of pain that she'd learned to recognize over the years. There was something in him that was hurting, even as he remembered his friends. A sense of loss? A regret about something left unsaid? Maddie wasn't sure. Whatever it was none of her business. But she wanted it to be her business. Well, anything you want, just ask, said Maddie. Cup of water, warm glass of milk. Warm glass of milk? How old do you think I am? Maddie shrugged. 5 or 6, just the right age to drink a tall glass of milk before being shooed off to bed at 8 o'clock in the evening. I'm just barely older, said Jack. But if I do want that glass of milk, I guess I know who to ask. Aw, I think Fisherman 2 is downstairs. I kind of want to continue that. Hang on. Okay, we already did Fight Club. We already did Beth. Surely Fisherman 2 is around here. I thought. Or Fisherman 2 is upstairs. Ooh, Ashley's Journal 2. I need to get one of these. One of them damn pieces of parchment. Okay, let me see. That was it, I think. Oh, wait. Cellar stuff. Oh, okay, so that's where the ritual is taking place. Wow. Yeah, these... This is a very deep, building. Oh, these must be the bathrooms. Right here. Maybe Fisherman 2 is upstairs? What's this? Ashley's Journal 1. Damn it. Alright, let's move on. Oh no, it's Che. I'm sorry, $4.50 for adding bacon to a sandwich? Are you kidding me? Sorry, I was just looking at that menu. Day 2, 10 p.m., the terminal. Hello? Ah, what was that? I said, can I get 2 lattes? Yeah, sure thing. You want those takeaway or not? For here, please. Go take a seat. I'll bring it over. Ah, crap. You right, mate? Yeah, all good. I should really get Ashley to do this. Sorry, what? Nothing. Just talking to myself. All right. Yeah. Where's the broom? Ashley, where's the broom? Ashley? I need a hand. Come help me. Come on, I gotta find a broom. That's my groan sound. Atta girl. Hey, are any of your friends around? Probably. Wow. When did you teach him to do that? I didn't. That one's just weird. Huh. God, flies. How you doing, kiddo? Sleep deprivation's kicking in. Sometimes I feel like nobody ever sleeps in this cafe. Except Kishan. He has slept a lot while he's been here, hasn't he? It's because you keep getting him drunk. Wait, I haven't done that once. Not you. I mean, you. So, not me at all, but Maddie and Ned. Gotcha. Those brigands. You're telling me. How's Maddie doing? Well... Whew. How close are we to being done? Fairly close. I'm not super worried about getting it done without Ashley either. Rad. Anyway, what were you saying? Oh, just that I think I understand everything now. And that's all. Well, I appreciate your restraint in not generously supplying me with your moral take on it. No worries. I don't want to be that guy. Dang, I'm actually gonna miss you once you're gone. Wow, are those some honest feelings coming from you? Doth thy icy facade crack? The correct word there is dust, and please don't make me take it back. I guess you really got into the whole boatman of I guess you really got into the whole boatman of the river Styx thing, huh? Is that what you think I am? Kind of, yeah. Interesting. Do you not feel that way? I don't know if the metaphor is that accurate, but I can see why you draw parallels, but this place serves as more as an entrance? You don't have to come here on your way to the next place, but it's on the route for sure. Just a stopping point on the highway to hell. I'm sorry, we don't allow AC/DC references in here anymore. Well, I tried. We're less on a highway and more just an embouchure to the Imperium. If you want to get real fancy with the wording, that is. An entrance to heaven? Very roughly speaking, yeah. But hell, I haven't seen the other side, so I can't even say that for sure. I'm fairly certain there's something there, though, which, I don't know. I can take comfort in that, I guess. I can take comfort in that, I guess. Oh, speaking of comfort, how are you feeling? Like every particle in my body is slowly moving away from every other particle in my body. That was rather eloquent. What use is feeling pain if you can't find a fun way to describe it? Day 2, 11 p.m. My head freaking hurts. It sucks and stuff. I keep telling you the painkillers will take effect in a few minutes. I'm not gonna stop yelling about it until they do. You know, some philosophers believe that experiencing pain is one of the best ways to make sure that you know you're alive. That sounds fake. Which philosophers? Famous ones? Oh my gosh, you're actually just making it up. Possibly. You could have sold it better. Say that some famous singer said it instead and cross that generational gap. You gotta appeal to the kids. I feel like every time I do that, I just end up looking like one of those old guys who's afraid of wide-ranging societal shifts. I mean, you are old. I'm not. You're like 6,000 years old. You gotta give me this one. Fine. How's your head feeling? It still sucks. How about we grab a drink and go sit outside? It's nice and cool out there. Do I have to? Yep. Ugh. How are you feeling now? Better. Marginally. Come on, I'm sure the drink isn't hurting. What even is this? I put 6 sugars in it? Ah, you know me so well. So how are things at home? Meh. What's that translate to in old people language? Things are normal, I guess. Mom's nearly done with her PhD. That sounds good. It is, probably. But she's pretty busy, so that means we're stuck eating microwave dinners at night. Where's Dad? Ah, explains why you barely left this place last week. I mean, I'd be here anyway. True. You did ask her, right? What, if I could be here? Yeah, don't want to invoke her wrath, do I? She doesn't worry about me being here. You remember when she talked to Maddie about liquor licensing laws, right? I think it was more of a lecture than a conversation. After all, Maddie wasn't doing anything wrong aside from letting you hang around after hours. I'm still amazed that Maddie didn't just tell her that we're not technically subject to the regulations since we're not registered with anyone but the council. She made the right choice. That would have been an ugly argument. But anyway, she's fine with me being here. She's got my mobile number, and as long as I respond to her check-ins, she's not going to come and get me. Good. I wouldn't want to worry her. It's a lot of rain. Ah, wonderful. Ugh. My arm will get wet. Don't worry about it. We can dry it off inside. Try and enjoy the rain. Okay. I was joking about fake philosophy earlier, but I really do think it is important to take a moment to enjoy things when you can. Rain can feel oppressive. It can stop you from going outside, doing the things you enjoy. But there's nothing like the smell of rain before sunrise. Petrichor. I love that smell. Oh my gosh, it's so good. Yeah, it's faintly magical. Did I ever tell you that? Only about 100 times. I can hear it 101 times. It's okay. Alright, I'm actually getting kind of wet. Let's head in. So, given the fact that I'm very obviously a dork with a bleeding heart, it's definitely safe to assume that I've let other people than you stay longer than you're technically allowed. You're so emotionally repressed that I never could have guessed. Wait, you're so emotionally repressed that I never could have guessed. It's actually impressive. Well, you know, we all have our ways of coping with persistent, extreme stress. Millennial things. Yep. But yes, I do understand how you feel. The separation, the difficulty keeping your thoughts together, the base level feeling that something's slightly askew, and the fact, not the feeling, that your time is up. Never loved facts. Me neither. Honestly, I think it feels like having a cold, just without any of the physical symptoms. I guess that description works too. It's not quite as compelling as the one about your particles being repulsive, though. Oi, that's definitely not what I meant by that one. Isn't it? It's about time. I can't believe I created these beautiful creatures and you turned them into dumb waiters. Alas, such is life. They gotta pay rent somehow, considering how many cups they drop. That's a feature, not a bug. It's time to make them seem more alive. You've taught them to intentionally drop coffee cups in the name of verisimilitude. Verisimilitude? Maybe? I'm gonna get Maddie to start ordering cheaper cups. See, I'm promoting efficiency on our procurement cycles. I hate whoever gave you that management book. I'm sensing some hostility. Do I need to talk to HR? Who's our human resources manager? I'm sure it's very good at its job, just not at bussing coffee. It's so cute. I would love to make these little guys. One new text message. Ah, Maddie wants us downstairs. Oh, I suppose she's done setting up. I'm glad she was able to do it without me. Gosh, so proud. Taught her everything I know. You are a gremlin, you know that? Of course. Shall we? Day 3, 12 a.m., basement. It's so bloody damp down here. Full circle. I know we're in a cellar, but I don't suppose you have a window we could open or anything? Yeah. Yeah, we've got a vent that leads outside somewhere. Maddie, can you open it up? Get some fresh air coming through? I'm pretty sure it's got a dumpster or something sitting on top of it right now. Besides, I'm busy. Just grin and bear it. Can we get this over with? We've done this before, old man. You know it takes a while to set up. Calm your farm. I do not appreciate your tone. Sorry. Can we get some more lights on, maybe? With all the crap you've got scattered around the place, I'd like to at least know where I'm putting my feet. Ashley, would you mind? Thanks. You're more organized than last time, I see. Practice makes perfect. Hey, Maddie? How much more wire do we need? I think that's enough. Great. Now, Che? What's up, Lil P? I found you a chair. Ah, thank you. So, this whole thing, surely it's not legal, yeah? Yes, the council found it confronting. For good reason, I suppose. Because it utterly upsets the natural order, mate. It's not just bureaucracy. Shush, you. Most rules can be bent, after all. And Maddie has a particular fascination with breaking rules. Hey, don't give her all the credit. Bah. Is this related to her gambling for time? Mm-hmm. So, the transfer was the same sort of magic we're doing now, yes. The council successfully suppressed all available information about it, though. For good reason. What happened if something goes wrong? Well, you don't tend to mess it up more than once. Or try it again after you fail, for that matter. What do you even call this sort of magic, then? Question's irrelevant, because it's banned. Badass? I call it badass. Well, by definition, it's a conduit ritual. But, looking past all the smoke and mirrors and fancy names, you can just call it necromancy. All those hours are in this tree. Why did you hoard the hours here instead of using them to pay off your debt? Why would I use them to pay off a debt if I could use them to save a life instead? Whose life are we trying to save? Oh, shit. All right. How can I help? Will the subject please step forward? Oh, is it Che? What? Council Gazette. We regret to inform you of the passing of Che Wu, a beloved fixture in the Australian alchemical community and owner of the terminal. As an innovator in alchemy and material spellcraft, and as a friend to anyone and everyone who walked through his doors, he will be missed. What happened? I did not see this coming. You ready to do this again? Sure. Try not to kill me this time? Cool. Ashley, let's do this. Ready when you are. Okay. There we go. I hate this. You have reservations? It's unnatural to store hours in non-sentient beings like that. It can still feel pain, and this is a very painful process for everyone involved. Yeah? Yeah. Guess it's time for us to watch the show. Let's see how badly this can go wrong. Yay. Calcination, solution, separation, conjunction, putrefaction, congelation, cibation, sublimation, fermentation, exaltation, multiplication, projection. Conjunction. Oh, I don't know if I had to actually pick, like, touch a thing. Good enough. Ashley? Everything's normal on my end. We're looking good, so let's get started. Increase power to 80%. Cibation. Holding steady. Cool. Next segment. Activating. How are we doing? It's going fine. Conjunction's about halfway open. Just concentrate. Having some issues here. Hey, we need more power. Yep, ramping it up. I don't know if this will melt our conduits, though. Oh, crap. Yep, our conduits are definitely melting. Ashley, language. Cibation. Fuck! Bypass it. I could patch the wires, but I don't know what else I can do that now. On it. How close are we to finishing the cibation? We're about 90%. Ah. Shit. Shit. Are we gonna try again? I think we have to reinforce the wires and that'll fix it. Yes. We're gonna keep going until we make it through. Do or die. Reset then and start again. Calcination. Separation. Conjunction. Libation. Ugh, not again. Just a couple seconds more. And you've got it. Yes. Beginning sublimation. Sublimation. You got this, Maddie. What's next? We've opened the connection. Now all I've got to do is transfer the time. How are you feeling, Shay? I don't know. Shay? What's going on? Uh-oh. Sublimation. No! Okay, we won't stop. We've gotten this far. I'm not giving up now, damn it. Maddie? I can't hold on to it. It's slipping through my fingers. Energy levels are dropping again. See if you can keep it for just a few more moments. Rerouting. We could try it again. I don't plan on stopping. I think the conduit's only gonna last one more go, then it's kaput. And maybe you're kaput too. I don't know. Shit. Alright, Ashley, take your position again. We'll get it this time. Stop. Just stop. No, I've nearly got it, I swear. You are not going to bring me back. No. I've humored this enough. You've done your best, but this task is beyond you. I need to move on. And it's time to make your peace with this instead of trying to pervert the natural course of things. You never asked me if I wanted to stay. You just made the choice for me and hurt yourself and everyone around you in the process. Let me leave. Achievement unlocked. Ritual. Wow. Jacoby, you're a goddamn bin chicken is what you are. What? No way. Crabs don't eat sushi or garbage. You don't know that. Yeah, well, you know what does eat sushi and garbage? Threskiornis maluka, otherwise known as the Australian bin chicken. We find that term offensive. We're actually white ibises. Ibises. Aha! Ah? Incriminated yourself there. I'd expect nothing less from a bin chicken. Damn it. Okay, so moving on. Classic misdirection. No, seriously, did you two see what happened back there? Yeah, that was rough. And yes, that thing with the ritual was also tough to watch. You weren't here when Che died, but I remember. They just behaved like nothing had happened. Oh? My impression was that neither of them had ever remotely considered the possibility of failure. Idiots. Yes, but we're only here because of them, so we should be respectful. It seems to me like nobody in this cafe really seems to think things through. Excuse me. Yep. This place has a weird effect on people. Oof. It's a fly getting ornery over here. Too much magic in the air, maybe? Yeah, who knows? Will they be okay? I don't know how I'd forgive something like that. Being kept here against my will while my very essence breaks down. That is what I believe kids these days. That is what I believe kids these days call a party foul. Honestly, I don't know. I think Maddie probably has some self-reflection to do.